Hello everybody, I am the Fangirl. Welcome to my channel. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And if I miss anything or get something wrong, please put it in the comments below. Today we will be talking about everything wrong with the Percy Jackson movie, or at least chapters 1 through 8, because there's so many mistakes, I can't fit them all in one video. Okay, so the first thing is the age. It literally says on the first page, at the bottom of the page, it says, I am 12 years old. Then why on earth would you go get actors that are like 16 years old? Yeah, I know, right? It makes me so mad. I mean, kids can't act. Like, you've seen the Harry Potter movies. Those kids are like 10 and 11. Like, in the first movie. And it just stuns me. Why wouldn't they get 12-year-old kids? They are both 12 and they get older and older and older, and it just makes me so mad. The next thing that makes me even madder is Annabeth's hair. She is a blonde. A blonde, I tell you. That's like the most obvious thing about her. When you think Annabeth Chase, they're all like, oh, she's the blonde princess looking one, right? Yes, she is. Except in the movie, we don't even know it's her until they say, oh, that's Annabeth. Because we're like, what? No, it cannot be, because she has brown hair. And in the second movie, she tried to fix it by dyeing her hair blonde, but you could still see her roots, and it was just even worse, honestly. I mean, you have one job in life, people. Okay. The next thing is Percy lives at home in the movie. Okay, this is a mistake because he's supposed to live in the dorm rooms at Yancey Academy. So why does he live at home? I mean, he hasn't gotten expelled yet, right? So that makes no sense whatsoever. And one of the most stupid errors is Mrs. Dodds. She's supposed to be a math teacher, and they made her a substitute English teacher. Why does this even matter, people? I mean, it really has no effect whatsoever. So why on earth did you change it from a math teacher to a substitute English teacher? Yeah, that's what I thought. The next thing is the lunch scene with Nancy. And honestly, I'm kind of upset that they didn't include this, because that made me really, like, I was just like, what happened? It was like a magic trick whenever she fell into the lake and no one knew, and she was like, Percy pushed me, and we were all like, what? And people, I've read this book about 10 times now, and I'm not even kidding. Why on earth? The smallest thing, why would they leave that out? Please tell me. Please tell me. Okay. They also left out how wimpy Grover was. Because, like, in the beginning when they're shoving their way through the hallway and they're just talking and, like, they shove Grover, but he has no effect. Like, the Grover in the book, he would probably start, like, crying. That makes no sense. And during the lunch scene, he's, like, just barely living with it while they're throwing, like, bread or whatever it is at him. And it just made me really mad because he seems like someone who would, like, beat somebody up even though he was crippled. But, you know, stupid errors, I guess. Okay. The random water scene. In the very beginning, like, while all the credits are rolling, the random water scene where he's just, like, underwater. That's just stupid. Why would you include that and not another scene? Many of the scenes that you left out. Why? Please tell me why. Because first off, if he was down there for like 7 minutes, I wonder why I'm so good at this. Oh, wait, I'm a demigod. That's just stupid, guys. That is what you call awful foreshadowing, okay? Okay. So we also didn't have any of the, everyone forgetting what happened, because whenever Percy comes back from, killing Miss Dodds, he's supposed to be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I just did that, and he gives, Chiron his pin back, and he's like, why did you have my pin? And he's like, you were there, you saw it. And they were like, what are you talking about? And it was raining, and everyone's like, who's Miss Dodds? Why didn't we have that? That was such a good chapter, you guys. That was the first chapter, but it's still so good. So why didn't we have it? Makes me so mad. Percy never actually got expelled in the movie. He was living at home, and he was like, oh, my dyslexia is getting worse, blah, blah, blah. But in the book, he got expelled. Oh, man. Okay. And also, and whenever the Chiron and Grover were talking when Percy was supposed to be, like, studying or something, and Percy was actually listening when they were talking, and they're just, like, talking out in the open. First mistake. Why didn't you put that in there? Because that would have been so fun to, like, see shadows or something. That would have been really fascinating. Just saying. Alright, the three fates. We didn't see them whenever they're cutting the string or whatever, and they're knitting the socks of death or whatever the chapter is called. We didn't see that chapter. No, kind of sad about that, because that would just be so funny if we actually saw that. Okay, Percy's vacation. That's not in the movie. It's so stupid. Why would you leave something out like that? I mean, instead, it was just like, alright, Percy, here, I'll tell you, let's go, and then let's just go to Camp Half-Blood. But instead, it just makes me so mad. Okay. So, let's see. Finding out about Grover. In the book, apparently, Percy finds out about Grover whenever they are at their cabin and they wake up and it's a storm in the middle of the night, right? Remember that? And at the door, there he is with his hooves and everything, and then they go off to Camp Half-Blood. But in the book, they were already, like, almost there whenever the car tipped over, and then he took off his pants and helped them get out. Yeah, I would have liked the shock more if he would have been, like, at the vacation cabin thingy. That would have been so funny to see his reaction, be like, what are you? Okay, the Grover, whenever he gets, like, knocked out or whatever, he's like, food, but we didn't see that. Like, I didn't even see him get knocked out at all in the movie. He, like, ran for his life, which is just really stupid. He went to go get help. So, that's stupid. Alright, the Annabeth and Chiron scene, like, why didn't you include that? That would have been cute. I mean, like, okay. The Argus. Okay, I'm not sure about you guys, but I would really love to see a blonde surfer dude with a whole bunch of blue eyes on him. That would be really, really cool. So, why isn't he in the first or the second movie? It just makes me really mad. Alright, so when he met Chiron and Mr. D, he's just like, oh, hey, you're my teacher or whatever. But in the movie, he was, like, looking at him with all of his kinsmen, and they're, like, running, and then he's like, is that Mr. Bruner? And Grover's like, well, yes, it is. And it's just stupid, because first off, he's the only centaur in camp, so why would you put about, like, 20 of his kinsmen in there? Uncle Rick, why could you let this happen to us? I'm just, I'm really upset. Okay. Okay. The first official Perciveth moment. And I'm not sure about you guys, but Perciveth is my lifeline, literally. So, whenever Percy is, like, out for 2 days, and one of the times he wakes up, or, no, it's after he wakes up, and he's all like, and Annabeth is like, you drew when you sleep, and she runs off like a little princess with her blonde curls. blonde curls. Yes, blonde curls. I'm back to that. And you're just like, oh, they're gonna end up together. Because foreshadowing, people. Super, super cute. Okay, the thunder in the camp. We never heard thunder once. Why? Why? Why wouldn't you include something as simple as thunder whenever they like talk about the gods or whatever? That just seems really stupid. Alright, the Diet Coke and Mr. D. Mr. D wasn't even in the first movie. First mistake. The Diet Coke, that's really funny stuff. So I could just see like this old fat man just drinking like a Coke of Diet Coke. That would have been so funny. Why didn't you put him in until the second movie? Okay, seeing a nymph. Okay, we see like about 2 satyrs besides Grover in the movie. Okay, so we have a few of those, but we haven't seen one nymph. Not even in the second movie. Like, come on, people, it's not that hard. We would really like to see like a tree nymph. That would be really cute. The Oracle in the attic. So whenever Chiron and Percy are walking to go see all the cabins, Percy sees like a glimpse of someone in the attic, and he's like, who lives up there? And they're like, nothing, it's storage space. That wasn't in the movie, so just thought I should mention that. Alright, the food sacrifice. Yes, I'm just on the second page now. The food sacrifice. So nobody actually sacrifices food, which I thought was really cool. That would have been so funny to watch, but of course not. Alright, the going through all the cabins. All we saw was the Poseidon cabin, and that wasn't even like what I would think it would be. That was actually pretty stupid and a lame excuse. Like, when you think cabin, you're like, oh, okay, a cabin. And yes, that's what it's supposed to be. That wasn't even a cabin. That was like a gazebo. He was living in a freaking gazebo. What? Okay. First off, I didn't even see a bed, and I didn't see any other cabins. That would have been so cool. I was looking forward to seeing all the cabins. Alright, Annabeth's crush on Luke. We didn't see this at all whatsoever throughout like the whole movie. And that would have been so funny. I mean, Percybeth, right? Percybeth. But that would have been so cute, because like I can see her face in my mind every time I read the Percy Jackson books, and I can just like see her face like freaking out and trying not to freak out. And alright, campers bowing at Chiron. Yeah, that doesn't happen in the movies. Like, they're like, oh, look, it's our leader, let's bow to him or whatever. But no, that doesn't happen. No, sorry, Chiron, apparently you've lost respect in this stupid movie. Okay, whenever Percy and Annabeth first discuss their families, like every time Annabeth shuts him down, that's not in the movie. Or is it? I don't think it's in the movie. I haven't watched the movie in like 5 months, so someone please comment below, because I think that it's not in the movie, but I really don't know. Okay, Clarice. She's in the second movie, right? But why isn't she in the first movie? Like, one of my favorite scenes, they're all my favorite scene, honestly. I really can't choose. They're like all my babies. Like, the toilet scene, you guys. The toilet scene. That is priceless. You're just like, whoa, because he's like getting his head dunked and then suddenly splash and he's the only dry one. That was hilarious, you guys. Why didn't you include that? This poor book. Why did Uncle Rick even write it if you're not going to follow it? That's what I thought. Okay. So, they don't know who Percy's dad is in the book. Like, it for real takes them a week until he gets claimed. But in the movie, he appears and he's just like, oh, my father's Poseidon. Oh, didn't know that at all. It's not like 2 days ago I was underwater for about 7 minutes. Idiots. This is what you call an idiot? Idiots. Mouth breathers. They're all mouth breathers, apparently. Okay. Whenever he was talking with Luke about... I wrote someone special here. I don't know what that means. So we're gonna move on. So let's see. Peter Johnson. We didn't have a Mr. D, so he never called him Peter Johnson, which I'm kind of really sad about, because I like it whenever he calls it Peter Johnson, because it's just funny, because nicknames like, oh, I can't tell you guys my name, but people call me a different name that's like super close to my name all the time, and it makes me so mad, and it just was like, oh, this is so funny, it's just like me. Okay, the introducing Percy. So they're all at dinner, right? And he's like, alright, here's our newest recruit, Peter Johnson. Oh, Percy Jackson, hurrah, okay, everyone go eat. And in the movie, they're like, alright, time to go fight. Here's Percy, he's been here for about 2 hours now. Here, someone suit him up, put him, go. And that just, oh my gosh, okay. Percy was at camp like a week. A week, people. Like, he was out for about 2 days, and then it says like a few days later, and then he's doing all of this stuff. Annabeth's teaching him Greek, and he's taking lessons, and then they finally get to where he's claimed, but he was like there for a week. And for real, in the movie, literally, he was there for a day. Well, he was out for 2 days or 3 days, but he was there for a day. Like, he woke up, he looked around, he talked to Chiron, he got put on a team, he did the game, then he got claimed, then that night he left. Okay. So, the water, with the training with Luke, whenever they were doing sword fighting, and Percy was like, oh, okay, here, let me pour this on my head, and he was, like, suddenly regenerated. Yeah. Wasn't in the movie. Also really liked that scene, because he's like, everyone's like, yeah, Percy, let's do this thing, and then Luke's like, oh, beginner's luck, and he's like, and Percy's like, oh, okay, yeah, beginner's luck, but why didn't you put that in the book? Okay. So Annabeth, Luke, and Percy were all on a team together for the, capture the flag. They were all on the blue team, of course. Oh, and by the way, there were no blue things included. Sorry, I'm just gonna cut right in here. No blue things whatsoever. Why would you do this to us? No blue things. No blue things. That's, when you think blue things, you think of Percy, just like when you think of blonde hair, you think of Annabeth. So why wouldn't you include blue things? That's just a stupid little mistake, you guys. Alright. So they were all on a team together, right? But instead, Annabeth, in the movie, I have to hold this up because I do not want these two to get mixed together. This is the better one, you guys. This is the stupid fake crap. Annabeth was on the red team, and she was like, oh, I'm gonna beat you up. But really, it was Clarice and some of her siblings who beat Percy up. So that makes me kind of mad, and Annabeth was watching the whole time. Oh, her invisible hat? Yeah, that's not in the movie. No, not even a little bit. Oh, honey, no. Okay. So it was apparently, in the movie, it was Annabeth who pushed Percy into the water, but in the book, it was Clarice and her siblings, all the Aries kids, who pushed him into the river. And that's when he's like, oh, look, I'm strong. And then he broke Clarice's spear. That would have been really, really cool. So why wasn't that in there? Please tell me. Please tell me. Please tell me. Okay. And when Percy is determined. You guys, this is for real a movie company. Frog City did a better video, okay? This makes me so mad. Because for real, why wouldn't you put his claiming in there? It just Okay, so when Percy is claimed, he, like, all of his wounds heal, right? Like, Annabeth is like, oh, look, he's healing or whatever, and he's like, Percy, get out of the river, and he falls over, and then she pushes him back in. And then the trident appears over his head. That would have been so cool to see, especially in a real movie. Why did you do this to us? Why? Okay, that's all I have on my list for chapters 1 through 8, 20 minutes long. That's how messed up this movie is. So if you liked this video, please give me a big thumbs up. And I also do basically anything you want. So if you have a book or a movie you want me to discuss, please put that in the comments below, and I will see if I can do that. And thank you guys for watching.